Hello, it's Tim from Fair Play now on the 10th of August 2024. So I was watching a video from Michael Manuel Chaves the other day, otherwise known as Mad Mix Conspiracies. I know many viewers will know who he is. I know he's quite a controversial figure to quite a lot of people, even people in the freedom movement, but I do find that he comes out with some interesting insights, and personally I kind of like some of his videos from time to time. And one thing he was saying the other day is literally we don't really need to be worrying about all the stuff we worry about, because it can get so overwhelming, can't it? You've got people who want you to sort of worry about the lines in the sky. You've got other people who want you worrying about the fact that the government are paying the farmers not to farm, and what's that going to do in the future about food supplies. Then you've got other people going on about pandemic treaties and how we need to be worried about all of that. Then we've got the wider thing, the surveillance state. It just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? And you just sort of wonder where it's all going to end, and you wonder what you've got to concentrate on to push back against, don't you, really? But what he was saying is just concentrate on 5G and stopping the erection of 5G masts, obviously in a peaceful way. You know, there's a lot of ways that can be done, but as Michael was saying, without 5G, none of this Agenda 2030 stuff can come in. Without 5G, there's no Agenda 21. There's no Agenda 2030, there's no 15-minute cities, there's no CBDCs, there's no sort of facial recognition and no surveillance state. It will all just collapse if they can't really get 5G up and running properly, you know, with a 5G mast on every single street corner. And the thing I find with 5G is that it's, out of all the stuff that we go on about, it's probably the most credible thing in mainstream society. You know, if you go on about the dangers of 5G, yeah, you're not immediately branded a crazy conspiracy theorist like you are with a lot of these other things that we talk about and think about. And I think the reason for this is because a lot of the people who are leading lights in the opposition to 5G are sort of highly credible people. There's a lot of professors, doctors, IT people, etc. Some of them, and I'm thinking of Asif, who's the 5G in Merton guy, who I think he's from an IT background, and this is him saying this, not me putting words into his mouth. He loves his technology, and when he first started hearing about concerns about 5G, he looked into it, not from the point of view of proving that it's a bad thing, but proving that it's a good thing, and there's no health detriment to it whatsoever. So he started going into it in that frame of mind, only to find, because of all of the credible evidence out there, that indeed there is harmful effects caused by 5G radiation, and that's what changed his mind. And now he's got this 5G in Merton thing, and he's had a lot of success in pushing back against 5G masts and all of the rest of it. And I think out of all of the things that we can do, probably one of the most direct things is opposition to 5G. You can go into your local council, find the planning applications for 5G masts, find out where they're going to go, and then you can sort of go into the council and oppose the planning permissions, or you can get yourself down to the sites where they're going to be installed, and peacefully protest. And I think there's been a few instances in the last few days, few weeks, where people have literally turned up at these 5G sites just as the workers have arrived. And they've basically just sat there and blocked them. And what can they do? They can't exactly start work around these protesters. They've just got to basically pack up their kit and go away again. And so it can be as simple as that. Peaceful protests, or even better, getting the things rejected in the first place. There's been a lot of notable successes in that regard as well. And there's a lot of really, really good, really, really credible people who are pushing back against these things. So, yeah, I think out of all of the things we can be doing to as far as fighting back against the powers that shouldn't be is concerned, sort of opposing 5G masts is probably the thing that we can sort of concentrate on. And as sort of Michael so hilariously said in his video, you can sort of, by kind of doing these 5G protests, you can defeat Agenda 2030, 15-minute cities, and all the rest of it with a deck chair. Of course, he means just going along and doing this peaceful protesting, just plonking your deck chair down with a good book and blocking the installation of these things. And just one other thing while I'm at it, it's a well-known fact that a lot of 5G installation started happening, guess when? Just exactly when the first lockdown started and was going on. So while everybody else was locked in their houses, or shut up in their houses, you had all of these guys going around erecting these sort of towers, left, right and centre. And it's like, well, how can they be out and about sort of working, in teams and things, if there's this sort of so-called thing going around? Why is everybody else got to stay at home, but it's all right for them to be working and mixing with people and all of the rest of it? So that is, along with the dancing nurses and so many other things, just something that I've always found highly strange, highly suspicious. So that's just a little point to end up with. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think we should be concentrating on the 5G thing? Because it seems that if we can kind of push back heavily on that, we can at the same time push back heavily on all of the other things, kind of by default, really. So that is that. I'm just going to mention, or very quick shout out. Now, you know that I a lot of the time go on about Hope Sussex, and they've actually got a festival going on down there at the end of this month. It's actually over the bank holiday weekend, so only a couple of weeks now, or so, 3 weeks I think it is actually, but coming up very, very soon. And what I'll do is I'll leave a link to the thing in the description box below here, so you can go and get yourself a ticket. You can go for a full 4 days, or just for a single day, which is probably what I'll do, to be honest with you. I'll probably just find out the best day to go, probably going to be the Saturday, to be fair, and I'll just go down there for 1 day, but it is actually over the whole 4 days. And in actual fact, on Sunday, many people will know him. There's a guy called Peace Officer Davey, who I've talked about on a few of these videos, and I think he actually watches some of these videos. So if you're watching, Davey, sort of hi, and also congratulations, because what I'm about to say is on the Sunday at this Hope Music Festival, Peace Officer Davey and his partner Jess are going to be getting married actually at the Hope Music Festival. As they say, it's going to be the Freedom Wedding of the Year. So that is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And I think, don't hold me to this, but I think I saw somewhere that it's the guy I just mentioned a few minutes ago, Michael Manuel Chaves, he's going to be the officiant. So I understand. I think I remembered that correct. But anyway, the wedding's definitely going on. And yeah, if you're watching, Davey, congratulations and all the best to you and Jess. I'm sure you're going to have a very, very happy marriage, as me and Lorraine have. We're actually coming up for another anniversary in just over a month's time. I won't tell you the number because I'll get accused of being controlled opposition, but I'll give you a clue. We got married in September 1991, so you can work out the number of years, but I won't say it because it's one of those numbers, would you believe it? But anyway, with that, I'm going to leave it and link to the music festival in the description box below. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.